Stoicism, the warrior's mindset in a world of distraction. Chapter 1. Chaos is the default. Open your eyes. Before your feet even hit the ground, a flood begins. Messages, news, emails, notifications, endless scrolling. Your peace is under attack before your day even begins. But you were born for more than reactivity. You were born to respond with reason, not rage. With presence, not panic. That's what the Stoics knew. The ancient world was brutal, full of war, disease, exile. Yet some men and women didn't just survive it. They thrived. Not because they were lucky, but because they trained their minds like warriors train their bodies. Welcome to Stoicism. Not a philosophy of words, a philosophy of action. Chapter 2. The only battle that matters. Every day, there is a battle. Not against people. Not against governments. Not against fate. But against yourself. Against your impulses. Against your fears. Against your anger, your desires, your ego. That's the only war the Stoics cared about. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Freedom isn't doing whatever you want. Freedom is not needing to do what you crave. You can't always control what happens, but you can control the soldier in your soul. Chapter 3. The armor of attention. The most precious resource you have is not time. It's attention. What you give your mind to, that shapes your soul. The Stoics knew this. They trained focus like a blade. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Your mind will take the shape of what you frequently hold in thought." What do you hold? Is it anxiety? Is it envy? Is it noise? Or is it truth? Strength? Clarity? Protect your mind. Not with walls, but with discipline. Chapter 4. The power of pause. Something happens. A driver cuts you off. A colleague insults you. Your plans fall apart. What do you do? The average person reacts. The Stoic pauses. Just long enough to ask, what part of this is in my control? What emotion is rising, and why? What is the wise response? That space between trigger and action, that's your power. Seneca wrote, "A great man is he who is master of his emotions." Breathe. Think. Then act. That's the pause. That's the practice. Chapter 5. The lessons of loss. Stoicism is not positive thinking. It's real thinking. It stares death in the face. It embraces loss. Because the Stoics didn't want to avoid suffering. They wanted to be prepared for it. Epictetus said, "When you kiss your child, say to yourself, they may die tomorrow." Not to be cruel. To be present. To remember, nothing is promised. And in that truth lies deep, unspeakable gratitude. When you accept loss as part of life, you stop fearing it and start loving harder. Chapter 6. The mindset of Marcus. He didn't ask for power. Marcus Aurelius was a philosopher, forced to become an emperor. And yet, he didn't run from the responsibility. He met it with humility, reason, and strength. While the empire burned around him, he wrote words like these to himself. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining." He didn't write to impress others. He wrote to survive. You can do the same. In your journal. In your thoughts. In your quiet choices. Philosophy is not a lecture. It's a lifeline. Chapter 7. The exercise of obstacle facing. The Stoics didn't resent problems. They welcomed them. Because problems sharpened them. Tested them. Revealed their true strength. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Flat tire? Good. Patience. Job rejection? Good. Redirection. Argument? Good. Self-control. Every obstacle contains the material for growth. If you see it, train your eye not to see injustice, but opportunity. Chapter 8. The practice of inner simplicity. The modern world praises more. More money. More status. More stimulation. The Stoics praise less. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Simplicity is power, because it frees your mind. Want less. Need less. Own your desires, don't let them own you. Live light. Walk steady. Speak clearly. That is strength. Chapter 9, The Shield of Ritual. What makes a Stoic strong? Not just ideas. Rituals. Morning reflection. Evening review. Voluntary hardship. Meditation on death. These aren't decorations. They're armor. You do them every day, not because life is easy, but because life is hard. You rehearse difficulty. You remember death. You keep your principles sharp. And so when the storm comes, you are ready. Not shaken. Not surprised. But calm. Because you've trained. Chapter 10, The Modern Stoic. Today's Stoic wears sneakers, not togas. Carries phones, not scrolls. But the soul is the same. You are the Stoic when you don't respond to an insult. You do the hard task first. You forgive without applause. You stand alone when it's right. You turn pain into wisdom. You are the Stoic. Not because you're perfect, but because you return to the path, again and again. And that's what matters. Chapter 11, Temperance in an Age of Excess. We live in a time of unlimited options. Food, media, pleasure, everything is available instantly. But the Stoics warned, ease breeds weakness. Musonius Rufus said, "Luxury is not a good teacher. It teaches indulgence, not discipline. To be temperate is not to reject pleasure, but to control it. Have a glass of wine, not a bottle. Scroll for 5 minutes, not 5 hours. Rest when needed, but don't let laziness become your identity. Moderation isn't boring. It's liberation. You choose your limits. So you are never owned by your cravings." Chapter 12, Courage in Everyday Clothes. Not all courage is on the battlefield. In fact, most isn't. It's the woman who speaks up in a meeting. The man who admits he was wrong. The teenager who chooses kindness over cool. Seneca wrote, "Sometimes even to live is an act of courage." We all face fear. But only some move forward anyway. That's courage. Not because you're fearless, but because your values are stronger than your fears. Train yourself to do one small brave thing each day. Speak up. Say no. Say yes. That's how courage grows. Chapter 13, Stoic Love, a Stronger Kind. The Stoics loved deeply, but without attachment. Not cold. Clear. Epictetus said, "When you kiss your child, say, 'Tomorrow you may die.'" Shocking? Maybe. But what he meant was this: love them fully, while you have them. Don't take them for granted. Don't cling. Because all is temporary. The Stoic doesn't love less. They love better. With presence. With honesty. With gratitude. They don't need to possess. They only need to appreciate. Chapter 14, Freedom through Acceptance. Freedom isn't the absence of difficulty. It's the absence of resistance to reality. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Love only what happens to you, and what was fated for you." The Stoic accepts reality, not because they're weak, but because they're strong enough to say, "This is what it is. Now what will I do with it?" You don't control the storm, but you can adjust your sails. You don't control the outcome, but you control the effort. Radical acceptance is not giving up. It's giving up the illusion of control. And in that, you find freedom. Chapter 15, The Stoic's Death is a Teacher. We avoid it. We fear it. We pretend it's far away. But the Stoics? They welcome death as a guide. Seneca wrote, "Rehearse death daily. Not to be morbid. To be more alive. Every moment is more sacred when you know it could be your last. That fight with your brother? What if tomorrow you don't have the chance to fix it? That dream you're delaying? What if time runs out? Death isn't the end. It's the reminder. To forgive now. To act now. To live now. Chapter 16. The Stoic's Silence. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove. You don't have to respond to every insult. Epictetus said, "If someone speaks ill of you, live in such a way that no one believes it." That's the Stoic way. Calm is a weapon. Restraint is strength. Let others shout. Let others chase noise. You hold your peace. Because real power doesn't shout. It simply is. Chapter 17. The Stoic Service. Stoicism isn't selfish. Yes, it trains the self. Yes, it sharpens personal virtue. But only to be of service. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Man was made for cooperation." You train your mind, so you don't hurt others with it. You master your ego, so you can lift others, not crush them. You pursue virtue, not to be superior, but to contribute. The Stoic isn't a monk in a cave. They are present in the world. Building, healing, mentoring, leading. You grow in order to serve. Chapter 18. Daily Practice. Stoicism is not something you read once and master. It's a daily return. Like sharpening a sword. Like stretching a muscle. Try this. Morning, ask, "What kind of person do I want to be today?" Midday, ask, "What emotions have controlled me so far?" Evening, ask, "What did I do well? What can I do better?" That's it. Simple. Hard. Powerful. Not perfect. But intentional. And that is enough. Chapter 19. The Stoic Legacy. You won't be remembered for how rich you were, or how many likes you had, or how many titles you carried. You'll be remembered for how you showed up. Did you stay calm under fire? Did you live by principle? Did you make others feel stronger, safer, seen? That's Stoicism. And that's legacy. When you are long gone, your stillness will remain in others. Your children. Your friends. Your community. Be the person your future self, and others, will thank. Chapter 20. Stillness in Motion. The world won't stop. But you can move through it. With silence in your heart. This is Stoicism. Not coldness, but clarity. Not suppression, but strength. Not escape, but engagement. You will face pain. You will face joy. Let both come. Let both go. And through it all, remain grounded. In truth. In virtue. In peace. You are not a statue. You are a soul. Walking forward. One choice at a time. In a chaotic world. You are still. End.